In a busy African city where dreams rise and fall every day, there lived a young man whose destiny was greater than his pain. They betrayed him. They mocked his dreams. They sold him out. But what they meant for evil, God turned into greatness. This is the story of Joseph. Joseph was a hard-working young man living in a crowded city compound. Among his brothers, he stood out not because he was proud, but because God had placed something special inside him. Joseph had dreams of leadership, dreams of rising above struggle, dreams that one day his life would matter. But instead of celebrating him, his brothers grew jealous. They whispered behind his back. They laughed at his dreams. And soon, jealousy turned into hatred, for his brothers were jealous of him. Genesis 37 verse 11. One afternoon, Joseph was sent to check on his brothers at work. He went with a pure heart, not knowing danger was waiting. When they saw him coming, they made a wicked decision. They stripped him of everything. They sold him to strangers and walked away from him. That day, Joseph learned a painful truth. Sometimes the people closest to you are the first to betray you. As he was taken away, the city lights faded and his dreams seemed buried. They sold Joseph for 20 pieces of silver. Genesis 37 verse 28. Joseph found himself in a strange land, working hard to survive. Even there, God's favor followed him. But again, trouble came. Joseph was falsely accused of a crime he did not commit. With no trial, no voice, and no defense, he was thrown into prison. Cold walls, long nights, silent tears. Yet even in chains, Joseph did not lose his faith. But the Lord was with Joseph and showed him mercy. Genesis 39 verse 21. One day, help came from an unexpected place. Joseph was called to interpret a powerful leader's dream. What years of suffering could not stop. One moment of divine timing changed. In a single day, Joseph moved from prison to the palace. From forgotten to celebrated, from betrayed to promoted. God lifted him higher than those who mocked him. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, I hereby put you in charge of the whole land. Genesis 41 verse 41. Years later, the same brothers who betrayed Joseph came looking for help. Joseph had power. Joseph had authority. Joseph had the chance for revenge. But he chose forgiveness. He said, You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good. Genesis 50 verse 20. Betrayal cannot cancel God's plan. Delay is not denial. And suffering is often the road to promotion. If God gave you the dream, He will surely bring it to pass. Hold on. Your triumph is coming.